What
I want to
happened?
be photographed.
What happened when you went into the Navy?
Uncle Sam said goodbye to me. The train left late at night, and he cried. All of a sudden, he went into another room as I saw tears coming into his eyes. He couldn't say goodbye. And I remember when I came in on a leave, I was going with somebody, and Aunt Barbara and Uncle Dan invited me and her down for dinner, and Uncle Dan said, "Where are you going after this?" I said, "I'm going to Greenwich. I think we'll go to Greenwich Village." And he slipped me a $20 bill. I didn't want to take it, but he said, "You take it, you take it." That was with Uncle Dan. That's my two uncles.
That's nice.
Yeah, he slipped me a $20 bill.
What was this girl's name?
I won't tell you.
And tell me when Grandma and Grandpa took you to
they
Penn
saw
Station?
me off on the train.
Yeah,
I went down to Penn Station.
yeah.
They were sad. I don't know, I guess they were crying too. And it was like the train went off at like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah. To where?
Sampson, New York.
Yeah.
To near Lake Erie. Near Syracuse. That's it.
What division in the Navy were you in?
Pharmacy.
And what did you do? Where did you go? Where were you stationed?
I had a ball.
Yeah. Tell me
The
about
only
it.
ship I was on, except to take some wounded sailors off, was a rowboat.
So you were in upstate New York the
in,
entire time?
Geneva. Geneva, New York was the closest city.
Yeah.
And it used to have a restaurant there where a lot of the Navy fellas used to go
Yeah.
on their days off. That's it.
How long were you in the Navy?
Not too long. Less than a year, maybe.
Oh, yeah?
Less.
Why?
Of course, I wanted to get back to college.
Yeah.
I had a year in college already,
Yeah.
and I was 17 and a half.
Mm-hmm. Were you able to get out of the Navy after a year?
Huh?
Were you able to get out of the Navy after a
Yeah,
year?
because I really did have a heart condition. I was born with a murmur.
Mm-hmm.
And in running, one day I couldn't catch my breath,
Yeah.
and they sent me to the hospital. And it was suggested that I can't do strenuous work anymore.
Yeah.
And I was too happy to get out.
In the
And I
Navy.
got out and I hit New York City the day the declaration of war was over. That was in when? August? Something. I don't know.
What year?
I don't know. I don't remember.
45, right? Or 46, because you were born in
I
27.
graduated St. John's in 49.
Yeah.
In 3.5 years, because I went to school, class for a full summer.
Mm-hmm.
They used to have summer classes at the end of the war. And my group had a choice of staying together and taking, let's say, 18 credits for one summer. And I took it.
Yeah.
So I got out in 3.5 in a 4-year BS degree.
Mm-hmm.
So I really went 3.5 years to St. John. I had already gone a year to college at Brooklyn College
Yeah.
prior to going into the Navy. And you take a test where you get into the service. I don't know today what they do, for what you're qualified for.
Yeah.
So I think I passed the science test fairly high.
Mm-hmm.
So they stuck me into hospital work.
Ah. Is that where you decided to become a pharmacist?
Actually, around that time, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was taking pre-med in
Mhm.
Brooklyn College. I was the second class. We had to take a very strict examination to get into Brooklyn College because it had just opened up.
Mhm.
So the second year, we formed a fraternity, and that's where we formed Phi Beta Mu of Bronx, Manhattan kids who went to Brooklyn College, so we could have a more close relationship with each other.
Mhm.
So I was taking pre-med, and the test in the IQ test in the Navy showed that I was fit for science. I could be. And they sent me into, I always stayed around in the pharmacy where on Loring Place.
Yeah.
I used to like it because I liked the fellow in the back,
Mhm.
and he used to show me around this, how to compound certain prescriptions. And I saw an ad in the New York Times, on the Sunday New York Times, be a pharmacist, and I already had that under my belt, and go to St. John's. They're
Ah,
interviewing. So I went over there and I was accepted.
that's great.
And that was the real beginning of pharmacy for me.
Wow.
But I was always interested in the drugstore. The Silverstein, the two brothers, they took me in the back all the time and showed me their prescriptions that they filled and everything like that. And I became interested in it.
That's
Never did I think that I would really go into it,
Mhm.
but I did. And I'm happy. I really liked it. I had a
Yeah.
good time.
Yeah, it was great.
And I like going into business for myself after a while. And it was a very pleasant experience for 35, 36 years.
That's great.